That simple, cherished cup of coffee you hold in your hands each morning. What if it's not the friend you think it is? What if, sip by sip, it's quietly contributing to the very fatigue, brain fog, and discomfort you're trying to fight? Stay with me, because today we're going to uncover the hidden truths in your coffee cup. This isn't about giving up coffee. It's about making coffee work for you, not against you. It's about understanding that some of the healthy choices we think we're making might be the very things holding us back. You've probably been told to simply cut back on caffeine, or switch to decaf, or just power through the energy slumps. But what if that advice is missing the point entirely? What if the real issue isn't the caffeine, but a cascade of hidden disruptors in your beans, your creamers, and even your timing that are waging a quiet war on your gut health and hormones? Over the next few minutes, we are going to embark on a journey of discovery together. We'll explore our foundational habit for timing your coffee perfectly, an essential strategy for choosing what goes in your coffee, and a surprising truth about so-called healthy milks. We'll even uncover the connoisseur's secret to picking the right roast. But you absolutely must stay with me until the very end, because our final insight, the ultimate revelation, exposes the most shocking and widespread mistake of all, a danger lurking in the vast majority of coffee beans that could be silently sabotaging your health every single morning. This is the piece of the puzzle that could change everything for you. If you're ready to reclaim your energy and focus, consider subscribing to our community. We're all on this journey to vibrant health together. And just a quick, important reminder, all the information shared today is for educational purposes. Everyone's health situation is unique, so please consult your doctor or healthcare provider before making any significant changes to your diet or health regimen. Let's use this knowledge to have informed discussions with them. All right, let's brew a better cup. Our foundational habit, mastering your coffee clock. Let's start with a question. What is the very first thing you do when your feet hit the floor in the morning? For millions of us, the answer is a beeline to the coffee maker. It feels productive, like we're kickstarting the engine. But what if I told you that this immediate morning cup is actually working against your body's natural rhythm? The issue here relates to a hormone you might know well, cortisol. Cortisol gets a bad rap as the stress hormone, but in the morning, it's our friend. It's the get up and go hormone. Your body naturally produces a peak of cortisol within the first hour of waking to help you feel alert and ready for the day. When you pour caffeine on top of that already high cortisol level, you're not getting more energy. You're creating hormonal chaos. It can lead to jitters, anxiety, and the dreaded afternoon energy crash that has you reaching for another cup or a sugary snack. Therefore, we're not getting the true benefit of the caffeine, and we're encouraging our body to become more reliant on it, rather than its own natural waking mechanisms. To truly grasp how this works, let's use an analogy. Imagine your body's natural morning energy is a powerful wave cresting on the shore. That's your cortisol peak. Drinking coffee immediately upon waking is like trying to surf on the very peak of that wave. It's turbulent, unstable, and leads to a quick crash. But waiting for that wave to recede just a bit and then catching the next smooth, strong swell, that's where you find a long, powerful, stable ride. That's what proper coffee timing does. The solution is what I call the 90-minute rule. It's incredibly simple yet profoundly effective. Wait at least 90 minutes after you wake up before you have your first sip of coffee. This allows your cortisol levels to naturally peak and then begin to decline. When you introduce caffeine at that point, it works with your body, lifting your energy levels smoothly and sustainably, without the anxiety and without the crash. This leads us to the second part of our foundational habit, the caffeine curfew. Sleep is non-negotiable for hormone balance, gut repair, and weight management. Caffeine has a half-life of about 6 to 8 hours. This means if you have a cup of coffee at 3 p.m., half of that caffeine is still circulating in your system when you're trying to go to bed at 11 p.m. Even if you fall asleep easily, that caffeine can disrupt the quality of your deep, restorative sleep. So, as a result, you wake up feeling less rested, which creates a bigger craving for that morning coffee, and the vicious cycle continues. For most people, setting a caffeine curfew of 12 p.m. noon is a game changer. This gives your body ample time to process the caffeine long before your head hits the pillow. Essential strategy: dodging the danger in your creamer. All right, we've timed our coffee perfectly. Now let's talk about what we put in it. That bottle of French vanilla or hazelnut creamer in your refrigerator door might seem like a harmless little treat. But if you turn that bottle around and look at the ingredients list, you might be shocked. These creamers are often silent metabolism killers. The dilemma we often face is between taste and health. We want our coffee to be delicious and comforting, but these products often achieve that taste through a cocktail of ingredients that are highly inflammatory. The primary culprits are seed oils like soybean, canola, and safflower oil. These are ultra-processed, unstable fats that can create systemic, low-grade inflammation throughout your body. And that inflammation is a root cause of so many chronic health issues we face as we mature. Furthermore, the sweetness doesn't come from sugar alone. They often contain high-fructose corn syrup, which puts a tremendous strain on the liver, and artificial sweeteners like sucralose and aspartame. Research from institutions like the Weizmann Institute of Science has shown that some artificial sweeteners can disrupt the delicate balance of our gut microbiome. This can lead to what's known as gut dysbiosis, which in turn can trigger cravings for more sugar and processed foods. It's a trap designed to keep you coming back for more. They also contain gums and thickeners like carrageenan, which can be further irritating to a sensitive gut lining. Think of your gut microbiome as a lush, diverse garden. This garden is responsible for your mood, your immune system, and your metabolic health. Using one of these commercial creamers every day is like spraying a little bit of weed killer on that garden each morning. It might not kill the whole garden at once, but over time the vibrant, healthy plants begin to wither, and the weeds, the bad bacteria, begin to take over. The garden becomes unhealthy and can no longer nourish you properly. So, how do we get that creamy, delicious coffee without the chemical cocktail? The solution is to switch to real, whole food fats. A tablespoon of grass-fed butter or ghee blended into your coffee creates a rich, frothy drink that provides stable energy. If you're sensitive to dairy, a tablespoon of coconut oil or MCT oil works wonderfully. These fats are clean, burning fuel for your brain and body. Another fantastic option is adding a scoop of high-quality, unsweetened collagen or protein powder. This not only adds creaminess, but also supports your joints, skin, and helps stabilize your blood sugar. You get all the comfort with none of the compromise. A surprising truth: the healthy milk deception. Now we arrive at one of the most surprising areas of confusion in the coffee world: the milk. So many health-conscious people, perhaps you included, have diligently switched away from dairy, believing that oat milk or almond milk lattes are the superior choice. It sounds healthier, lighter, and more modern, but this is a perfect example of how brilliant marketing can mask a less-than-ideal reality. The challenge with oat milk specifically is twofold. First, oats are one of the crops most heavily sprayed with glyphosate, the active ingredient in Roundup. This chemical has been linked to gut inflammation and hormone disruption, so unless you're using a certified organic, glyphosate-free brand, you could be adding a dose of this inflammatory pesticide to your morning routine. But that's not the primary concern. The second issue is sugar. Even unsweetened oat milk is naturally high in starches that break down into sugar very quickly in your body, causing a significant glucose spike. This brings us to our next analogy. Imagine your body's energy is like a steady, slow-burning log in a fireplace, providing consistent warmth all day. Drinking an oat milk latte is like throwing a crumpled-up newspaper on that fire. You get a big, bright flare-up of flame, that's the glucose spike, but it burns out almost immediately, leaving you with nothing but ash. This is the energy crash that follows, which inevitably leads to cravings for more sugar or another coffee to get that flame going again. Therefore, it sets you on a blood sugar roller coaster for the rest of the day. Almond milk presents a different, yet equally concerning situation. Most commercial almond milks are frankly a rip-off. They consist primarily of water, with a tiny fraction of actual almonds. The almonds that are used are often high in oxalates, which are anti-nutrients that can be inflammatory to the digestive system for some people, especially with daily consumption. The solution here might feel counterintuitive after years of being told to fear fat and dairy. For a latte, the best options are organic whole milk, half and half, or, for a truly decadent and keto-friendly option, heavy cream. These contain healthy fats that promote satiety and have a minimal impact on your blood sugar. They help you stay in a fat-burning state and provide that slow-burning log of energy we're looking for. If you have a lactose sensitivity, half and half or heavy cream are often better tolerated as they have very little lactose, being composed mostly of milk fat. It's a return to simple, whole foods, and your body, your hormones, and your energy levels will thank you for it. The connoisseur's secret: unlocking the power of the roast. We've now addressed the timing of our coffee and what we add to it. But what about the coffee itself? The type of roast you choose matters far more than you might think, and it goes well beyond simple taste preference. Those flavored coffees, the pumpkin spice, the caramel swirl, are often a Trojan horse for chemicals. The flavors don't come from real spices or caramel. They come from chemical solvents and artificial ingredients that add yet another burden to your liver. However, the real secret lies in understanding a powerful compound found naturally in coffee beans, chlorogenic acid or CGA. CGA is a remarkable polyphenol that helps balance blood sugar, supports liver detoxification, and aids in fat burning. It's one of the primary reasons that clean, well-prepared coffee can be a genuine health tonic. A study referenced in my book, Metabolic Freedom, highlighted this by showing that women who drank coffee high in CGA lost significantly more weight than those who drank coffee with low levels of it. Here's the delicate balance. The roasting process, which is essential for developing coffee's flavor, also affects its CGA content. The longer and hotter you roast the beans, the more of this beneficial compound you destroy. Let's use a simple analogy. Think of a raw green coffee bean as a fresh, vibrant vegetable packed with nutrients. A light to medium roast is like lightly steaming that vegetable. You unlock its flavor and make the nutrients more accessible while preserving most of its nutritional integrity. But a dark roast is like charring that vegetable on a grill until it's black. Much of the flavor might be intense and smoky, but the delicate beneficial phytonutrients, our CGA, have been incinerated. In fact, roasting beans beyond a medium roast can destroy up to 75% of these fat-blasting polyphenols. As a result, if you're drinking a dark, smoky roast every day, you're missing out on one of the most powerful health benefits coffee has to offer. The solution, our connoisseur's secret, is to seek out a medium roast. This hits the sweet spot, developing a rich, balanced flavor while preserving the highest possible concentration of beneficial chlorogenic acid. When you combine a medium roast with our final, most important revelation, you create a truly powerful, health-boosting beverage. The ultimate revelation: the invisible danger in your beans. We have arrived at the single most important factor, the one that underpins everything else we've discussed. You can time your coffee perfectly, use the best creamers, and choose the perfect roast. But if you get this one thing wrong, your coffee could still be doing you more harm than good. The ultimate revelation is this: the danger isn't in the caffeine, it's in the beans themselves. Coffee is one of the most heavily sprayed crops in the world. Up to 97% of conventionally grown coffee beans are saturated with pesticides. This includes glyphosate, the same toxic ingredient found in weed killer, which has been linked in numerous studies to creating a leaky gut, disrupting our delicate hormonal balance, and worse over the long term. You're not just drinking coffee, you're sipping a chemical cocktail. But the assault doesn't stop there. The way cheap commercial coffee beans are stored is a massive source of concern. Chains like Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, and others often store massive quantities of beans in humid warehouses for long periods. This creates the perfect breeding ground for mold. This mold produces something called mycotoxins, which are toxic compounds that can create debilitating brain fog, chronic fatigue, and severe gut dysbiosis. On top of this, testing has found heavy metals like cadmium in many of these mass-market coffee beans. To put this in perspective, imagine you are building a beautiful, strong house. You've hired the best architect, your timing, used the finest interior finishes, your creamers, and installed a state-of-the-art roof, your roast. But the foundation of the house, the very concrete it's built on, is contaminated with toxins and crumbling from mold. No matter how perfect the rest of the house is, the compromised foundation will eventually make the entire structure unstable and unsafe. The beans are the foundation of your coffee. If they are contaminated, the entire cup is compromised. Therefore, the most critical change you can make, the absolute non-negotiable, is to change the source of your beans. The solution is to exclusively choose coffee that is certified organic, to ensure you are avoiding that heavy pesticide load. But you must go one step further. The best, most health-conscious brands will also provide third-party lab testing results to prove their beans are free from mold, mycotoxins, and heavy metals. They take pride in their purity. A brand I personally use and trust is Purity Coffee. They test for all these contaminants and focus on a medium roast to maximize those beneficial compounds we talked about. This is not about coffee snobbery. It is about your health and safety. It's about ensuring that the foundation of your morning ritual is clean, pure, and actively supporting your vitality. And there you have it, the ultimate revelation. It's the understanding that the quality and purity of the bean itself is the most important factor. It's the bedrock upon which all other coffee habits are built. It's the secret to transforming your coffee from a potential gut wrecker into a true brain-boosting, fat-burning superfood. So we've covered a tremendous amount of ground today. We started with our foundational habit of timing your coffee with the 90-minute rule and a noon curfew. We moved to the essential strategy of swapping inflammatory creamers for whole food fats. We uncovered a surprising truth about oat and almond milks and learned the connoisseur's secret of choosing a medium roast to maximize those incredible health benefits. And we brought it all home with the ultimate revelation about sourcing clean, organic, and tested beans. Which of these insights resonated with you the most? Perhaps it was realizing the impact of your coffee's timing, or maybe it was the secret of the roast. I would genuinely love to hear your thoughts. Please share them in the comments below. It's how we all learn and grow together. If you found this journey valuable, please give this video a thumbs up. It truly helps others in our community find this information. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that notification bell for more health strategies designed specifically for us right here. Until next time, stay healthy, stay curious, and keep thriving.